come and study with me. Several months ago, I felt the Lord tugging at my heartstrings to really understand the commandments. There's 10 of them, and the more you get to know the Lord, the more you realize that the commandments are set to indicate His character. It's nothing that we can be, because mankind has fallen. However, understanding what those commandments are and the true nature of why He chose those specifically, or even why those are indicated to be His commandments, give us a better light on who He is and why He has asked us to follow those commandments. So you can locate the 10 Commandments in Exodus chapter 20 and in Deuteronomy chapter 5. So each video I'm going to do here is one commandment per video, just not to overwhelm. So the first is, there should be no gods before me. So I'm going to include some verses here, and I'll put them in the description as well. But we have Isaiah 45:5, we have Jeremiah 10:10, we have Revelations 1:8, Revelation 1:11, Revelation 21:6, Revelation 22:13. We have 1 Corinthians 8:6, Deuteronomy 6:4, 1 Kings 8:60, 1 Chronicles 17:20, and then one that I have noted here as well is Psalm 86:10, which says, "For you are great and do wondrous things, you alone are God." So it made me kind of think, okay, what's the definition of one? Because, in this current era, and even since the beginning of time, there's always been these multitude of theologies, multitude of belief systems. So one God, what does that mean? So the true definition of one of the definitions that stuck out to me was in agreement or harmony, singular. And it actually comes from the Latin root unus. And so what that kind of tells me is, we know that God is a triune God. There's God the Father, God the Son, and God the Spirit. But they are still one. Another analogy that I've heard before of that is like an egg. You have the shell, you have the yolk, and you have the whites, and it's all one egg, but there's different aspects of it. So God the Father, of course, is our creator, our father, our head chief. You have God the Son, who is the one who came down in the flesh, who died for us, lived the perfect life that we can't, and died the death that we deserve. And then you have the Spirit, which was left here for us in our current era to guide us and to be here. A lot of people want to call it intuition or, these other New Age terms, but it really is the Spirit speaking through us. And once you do surrender your life to Yeshua and you give your life over to God, you'll start feeling that a lot more. And it's hard to explain, but it's very real. And, I think it's just important that in honoring that one God that we have, He wants us to know that anything that's not Him is not something that we should be following. He is the one true God. He is our only master. And anything else that doesn't align with Him, His word, and what He's telling us is something that we need to turn away.